A bowl of potato salad isn't just a familiar side dish for summer parties. It's also a true nutritional treasure trove. Have you ever wondered what surprising health benefits this humble dish can bring us? Let's explore these fascinating insights right now in today's video from the Amelia channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell icon so you don't miss any health tips or recipes from us. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a classic comfort food that's perfect for any occasion, homemade potato salad. And guess what? We're making the best homemade potato salad in 30 minutes, easy, and absolutely delicious. Let's get started with our ingredients and simple steps. First, let's gather what you'll need for this fantastic dish. You'll want about 1.5 pounds, or 700 grams, of potatoes. Any good all-purpose potato will do. Then, we'll need 5 large eggs. For our fresh additions, grab 2 ounces, or 50 grams, of onion, finely chopped. Just 1 stalk of celery, also finely chopped. And for that tangy kick, 2 ounces, or 50 grams, of pickled cucumbers, diced. A little bit of freshness from 1/3 ounce, or 10 grams, of scallions, thinly sliced. Now, for our dreamy dressing, we'll combine 5 tablespoons of your favorite mayonnaise, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, half a teaspoon of dried paprika for a touch of color and warmth, salt and pepper to taste, because seasoning is key. And finally, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to brighten everything up. Alright, let's walk through the steps. It's simpler than you think. Step 1. Cooking our foundation, the potatoes. Start by peeling and dicing your potatoes into bite-sized pieces. Place them in a pot, cover with hot water, and add a generous pinch of salt. Bring that to a boil. Then let them cook for just 7 to 10 minutes, or until they're tender when pierced with a fork. Once cooked, drain the water completely and let those potatoes cool down. This is important for the texture of our salad. Step 2. Perfecting our eggs. While the potatoes are cooling, let's tackle the eggs. Place your 5 eggs in a pot and cover them with water. Bring the water to a rolling boil, then immediately turn off the heat. Let the eggs sit in that hot water for exactly 15 minutes. After that, transfer them to a bowl of ice-cold water to stop the cooking process. Then peel them once they've cooled. Step 3. Prepping our fresh veggies. Now that our potatoes are cool, dice them up and put them into a large mixing bowl. Take those perfectly cooked eggs, dice them too, and add them right into the bowl with the potatoes. Next, finely chop your onion, celery, and pickled cucumbers, and toss them in. Finally, slice up your scallions and add those as well. We're building a beautiful base here. Step 4. Crafting the dressing. In a separate, smaller bowl, it's time to create the magic. Combine your mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, dried paprika, a good dash of pepper, and salt. Then, pour in that tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Whisk everything together until it's smooth and perfectly blended. This is what brings all those flavors together. Step 5. The grand finale. Combine and serve. Now for the best part. Pour your delicious, creamy dressing over the potato and vegetable mixture in the large bowl. Gently, and I mean gently, mix everything together until every piece is coated and all the ingredients are well combined. And just like that, your homemade potato salad is ready to serve. It's perfect for a picnic, a potluck, or just a simple weeknight dinner. Welcome back, food lovers. Today, we're making a potato salad that's truly next-level creamy, crunchy, and packed with flavor. This isn't just a side dish, it's a star. So, let's get into the kitchen and create something delicious. Here's a detailed list of all the ingredients you'll need for our delicious potato salad. It's helpful to have everything measured and ready before you start cooking. For the salad base, potatoes, 3 pounds approximately 1.36 kilograms Yukon Gold, russet or red skin potatoes recommended, eggs, 5 large, celery, 2 stalks, fresh herbs, approximately 1/4 cup, finely chopped combination of dill and parsley recommended, red onion, 1/2 cup, finely diced pickles, 1/2 cup, finely chopped dill pickles recommended. For the creamy dressing, mayonnaise, 1/2 cup sour cream, 1/2 cup Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons. Apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons plus an additional 2 tablespoons for the potatoes. Salt, 1 teaspoon plus 2 teaspoons for boiling potatoes. Black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon. Paprika, for garnish optional. Step 1. Prepping and cooking your potatoes. First things first, our foundation, the potatoes. You'll need about 3 pounds of Yukon Gold, russet, or red-skin potatoes. I personally love Yukon Golds for their creamy texture, and I even like to leave the skin on for a little extra bite, but feel free to peel them if you prefer. Now, chop your potatoes into roughly 3/4 to 1 inch pieces. Think about each spoonful. You want a little bit of everything, not just a big chunk of potato. So, size them accordingly. As you cut them, immediately transfer these beauties into a large pot. Cover your chopped potatoes with about 2 inches of water, and here's a pro tip. Add 2 teaspoons of salt to the water. Just like pasta, salting the water as your potatoes boil really infuses them with flavor from the inside out. Bring this to a boil, then reduce the heat to a simmer, and let them cook for 10 to 15 minutes, or until they're perfectly full. Once done, drain them thoroughly in a colander, and for an extra touch, spread them out on a sheet pan for a few minutes. This allows the steam to escape and helps them dry out, preventing a watery salad. Step 2. Crafting the perfect hard-boiled eggs. While our potatoes are doing their thing, let's get our hard-boiled eggs ready. Many people, including myself, believe a great potato salad just isn't complete without them. If you haven't already, boil about 5 eggs. Once they're cooked, cool them completely under cold running water or in an ice bath. When they're cool enough to handle, peel them carefully and give them a rough chop. Don't worry about perfect pieces. They'll break down a bit more when we mix everything, so leaning towards slightly larger pieces is a good idea. Step 3. Preparing our fresh and flavorful additions. Now for the fresh elements that truly make this salad sing. Grab 2 stalks of celery and give them a good, fine chop. This adds a wonderful crispness. Next, for a burst of fresh flavor, we're using fresh herbs. I'm a big fan of a combination of dill and parsley, aiming for about a 1/4 cup once chopped finely. These green beauties add a lovely, subtle, herbaceous note that really elevates the dish. And for a little punch and crunch, we need 1/2 cup of finely diced red onion. Red onions can be quite strong, so here's a trick to deflame them. Transfer your diced red onion to a medium bowl and add about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Give it a quick shimmy and let it sit for about 10 minutes. This mellows out their bite beautifully. Finally, for that delightful temps, we're adding about 1/2 cup of finely chopped pickles. Any good dill pickle will do the trick here. Step 4. Whisking up the creamy dressing. The dressing is where all the magic happens. This is what brings our potato salad together into that creamy, irresistible dish we all love. In the bowl with your now deflamed red onions, don't drain the vinegar. Add 1/2 cup of mayonnaise and 1/2 cup of sour cream. The sour cream adds a wonderful temps and extra creaminess. Next, add about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. You can use any mustard you like, but Dijon gives it a classic, subtle zest. Season this mixture with 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Now, give everything a good stir until it's nice and smooth, and all those flavors are beautifully combined. It might not be the most photogenic at this stage, but trust me, it's going to be delicious. Step 5. Assembling your masterpiece. Okay, everything's prepped, and it's time to bring it all together. In your big mixing bowl with the cooled, dry potatoes. First, drizzle another 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar right on top. Give the potatoes a good toss to coat them evenly. This helps to absorb flavor. Now, add your chopped celery, pickles, and the roughly chopped hard-boiled eggs to the potatoes. Next, pour in that glorious, creamy dressing you just made. Here's the key. Gently stir everything to coat. You want to be careful not to break up the potatoes or eggs too much, so be kind and gentle with your mixing. If you like, you can even stir in a splash of pickle juice for an extra little zing. Finally, fold in your fresh, chopped herbs. You can add them all now, or save a little extra to sprinkle on top for garnish when serving. A little sprinkle of paprika at the end also adds a lovely pop of color. Step 6. Serve and enjoy. And just like that, your perfect potato salad is ready to enjoy. It's creamy, it's crunchy, it's full of amazing flavor, and it's incredibly satisfying. This recipe also holds up well in an airtight container in the fridge for up to 4 days, making it fantastic for meal prepping or packing for lunch. I truly hope you get a chance to make this easy recipe. It's a summer must-have, and it goes with just about everything. If you enjoyed this video and want more delicious recipes, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out my other summer favorites. Thanks for watching, and happy cooking! Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm so excited to share one of our absolute favorite recipes today, an authentic German potato salad with crispy bacon. My husband and I first fell in love with this dish in Leavenworth, Washington, a charming little German town, and we just had to recreate it. This version is absolutely incredible, especially with that crispy bacon and a wonderfully tangy dressing. And honestly, it tastes even better the next day as the flavors really meld. So, if you're craving some fantastic German potato salad, let's get cooking. Before we dive into the steps, let's make sure you have all your ingredients ready to go. Having everything prepped makes the cooking process so much smoother. Potatoes, about 2 to 3 pounds of Yukon Gold or red potatoes. Remember, waxy potatoes work best for this recipe. Red onion, 1 medium or yellow, sweet onion, but red adds great color and flavor. Garlic cloves, 2 to 3 minced. Fresh parsley, handful, finely chopped. Fresh dill, handful, finely chopped. Can substitute with chives or use all parsley. Bacon, 6 to 8 slices. Thicker cut bacon is recommended for a better bite. Olive oil, a tiny drizzle, just to get the bacon started. Bacon grease, about 4 tablespoons reserved from cooking the bacon. Vinegar, 1/2 cup. White vinegar or apple cider vinegar work well for this recipe. Chicken stock, 1/2 cup. Mustard, 1 tablespoon. Dijon, whole grain or stone ground. Sugar, 1 teaspoon to balance the acidity. Salt, to taste. Freshly cracked black pepper, to taste. Darkness may hide many things, but light, just one ray, is enough to reveal the truth. Today, that truth is revealed in every delicious bite of this classic German potato salad. Step 1. Boiling our potatoes to perfection. We'll start with the heart of our salad, the potatoes. Begin by washing your Yukon Gold or red potatoes. You'll want to leave them whole and unpeeled for now. If you have some really large potatoes, you can cut them in half to ensure they cook evenly. Place your washed potatoes in a large pot and cover them with about 2 inches of cold water. Bring that to a rolling boil. Then reduce the heat to a low boil and let them cook for around 20 minutes. The exact time will depend on the size of your potatoes, so keep an eye on them. You'll know they're done when you can easily pierce them with a fork. Once tender, drain off all the water and leave them in the pot, uncovered, to cool down. You want them to cool for about 30 minutes, or until they're no longer too hot to handle. They should still be warm when we slice them though. Step 2. Crispy bacon and aromatic veggies. While our potatoes are cooling, let's get to work on that incredible bacon and our aromatic vegetables. This is where a lot of the flavor for our dressing begins. First, take your bacon and chop it into about 1/2-inch strips. I like to use a slightly thicker cut bacon because it gives you a bit more bite in the salad. Place a skillet over medium heat. Add just a little drizzle of olive oil. You really don't need much, and toss in your chopped bacon. Saute it until it's beautifully crispy and brown. Quick tip: a splatter guard is a lifesaver here to keep your stovetop clean. Once the bacon is perfectly crispy, transfer it to a plate lined with paper towels to drain. But here's the key: leave about 4 tablespoons of that delicious bacon grease in the pan. This is liquid gold for our dressing. Now, add your chopped medium red onion to the bacon grease in the skillet. Saute it for about 3 to 4 minutes, just until it softens. Then, add your minced garlic cloves and saute for another quick 30 seconds, just until you can smell that wonderful fragrance. Be careful not to burn the garlic. Step 3. Whisking up that tangy dressing. With our onions and garlic softened, it's time to build the heart of our German potato salad, the dressing. To the skillet with your sautéed onions and garlic, pour in 1/2 cup of vinegar. White vinegar or apple cider vinegar works great here, along with 1/2 cup of chicken stock. Next, add 1 tablespoon of your favorite mustard. You can use Dijon, whole grain, or stone ground mustard, whatever you prefer. Then, add 1 teaspoon of sugar to help balance that lovely acidity. Finish by seasoning to taste with salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Give this sauce a good stir and let it simmer for just 2 minutes, allowing it to slightly reduce and for all those flavors to meld beautifully. Once it's slightly thickened, take it off the heat. This is going to be so good. Step 4. Assembling our German potato salad. We're almost there. It's time to bring all these wonderful components together. While your potatoes are still warm, this is crucial, as warm potatoes absorb the dressing much better. Cut them into bite-sized chunks. You can quarter them or cut them into rings, whatever you prefer. Transfer your sliced potatoes back into the pot you boiled them in, or a large mixing bowl. Now, pour your warm, tangy dressing right over those potatoes. Add in your crispy bacon, and toss in your finely chopped fresh parsley and fresh dill. I like to save just a little bit of those fresh herbs for garnish at the end. Gently toss everything to combine. You want to make sure all those warm potatoes soak up that delicious dressing, along with the bacon and herbs. The aroma alone is incredible. Step 5. Garnish, serve, and savor. Our German potato salad is ready. It smells amazing, looks incredible, and that crispy bacon adds the perfect texture. For serving, I like to transfer it to a clean, pretty bowl. It just makes it look even more appetizing. Don't forget to get all the good bits out of the pot. Then, sprinkle any reserved fresh herbs on top for a beautiful garnish. This potato salad is fantastic served warm, right after you make it. But here's a secret. It's also incredible cold the next day. The flavors really meld and deepen overnight. My husband actually thinks it's better the next day, while I love it warm, so it's a win-win either way. This also makes it a perfect make-ahead salad for any occasion. It's simple enough for a weeknight dinner, but special enough for a holiday meal. That lovely punch from the vinegar and mustard when it's freshly made, which mellows beautifully by day 2, combined with the salty bite of that crispy bacon and the freshness of the herbs. It's just perfect. I truly hope you try this recipe. You are going to love it. If you enjoy our potato recipes, be sure to check out our cookbook for more favorites. And let us know in the comments if you spotted Sharky, or if you have any recipe requests for the upcoming seasons. For now, I'm going to go enjoy this deliciousness. We'll see you on the next episode of Natasha's Kitchen. Welcome back to the kitchen, everyone. Today, we're diving into a unique and incredibly delicious potato salad that's perfect for any occasion, especially as we wrap up the holiday season. It's easy to make, yet feels so special and incredibly tasty. We're talking about a fantastic potato salad with carrots and pineapple. Get ready for a sweet and savory sensation. To get started on this delightful salad, let's make sure we have all our ingredients prepped and ready to go. Having everything at your fingertips makes the process smooth and enjoyable. Potatoes, 3 medium-sized baking potatoes or your preferred waxy potato. Carrots, 2 medium-sized, long carrots. Pineapple chunks, 1 can around 7.5 ounces or 220 milliliters, with 2 tablespoons of pineapple juice reserved. Onion, 1 small, yellow or white onion. Minced mayonnaise, 1 doy pack, around 7.5 ounces or 220 milliliters, or equivalent amount of your favorite mayonnaise. The host used Lady's Choice mayonnaise. Ground black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. Granulated white sugar, 1 teaspoon. Salt, 1/2 teaspoon. Start with this amount, adjust to taste. Fresh flat leaf parsley, handful, finely chopped for flavor and garnish. Water, for boiling potatoes and carrots. Ice, for ice bath. Step 1. Boiling potatoes and carrots. Alright, let's begin by preparing our main stars, the potatoes and carrots. Start by bringing a pot of water to a boil. Once it's bubbling, carefully add your 3 baking potatoes. We'll let them boil for just about 2 minutes. Once the water returns to a boil, that's when your timer starts. After those 2 minutes are up, it's time to add our carrots. If your carrots are long, feel free to cut them in half so they fit nicely in the pot. Pop them in with the potatoes and continue boiling for another 10 minutes. You want them to be tender, but still hold their shape. Once they're soft, immediately remove the potatoes and carrots from the hot water and transfer them into a bowl filled with ice and cold water. This is a technique called blanching or shocking, and it's crucial here. It stops the cooking process right away, ensuring our potatoes and carrots don't get mushy, keeping that perfect texture for our salad. Let them cool down completely in the ice bath. Once cool, drain them and then cut them into neat little cubes. Set them aside for now. Step 2. Crafting the creamy mayonnaise dressing. While our potatoes and carrots are cooling, let's mix up the delicious dressing that brings this whole salad together. Grab a mixing bowl. Now, for the mayonnaise. The host recommends a 220 milliliters doy pack of mayonnaise, which is about 7.5 ounces. This is super convenient as you just squeeze it all in. If you're using a jar, measure out that amount. To the mayonnaise, add your minced onion. Then, sprinkle in 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper and 1 teaspoon of granulated white sugar. For the salt, start with 1/2 teaspoon. It's always easier to add more later than to fix something that's too salty. Give all these ingredients a good mix until they're well combined. We'll adjust the seasoning later once everything is together, especially that salt. Trust me, starting with a little less salt is the way to go. Step 3. Combining and mixing our salad. Now for the exciting part, bringing all these wonderful flavors and textures together. To your mayonnaise mixture, add your pineapple chunks. And here's a little secret for an extra burst of pineapple flavor. Pour in 2 tablespoons of the pineapple juice from the can. Mix it gently to combine. Next, add your diced boiled carrots to the bowl. Again, mix very gently, folding the ingredients so the carrots don't get crushed. Make sure they're nicely coated with that creamy dressing. Finally, add your cubed, boiled potatoes. Use a gentle folding motion as you mix everything together. We want to keep those potatoes intact. This is also a great point to give your salad a little taste. See if it needs a tiny bit more salt or maybe a dash more pepper. Adjust it to your preference. Lastly, take your finely chopped flat leaf parsley. This adds a beautiful fresh flavor and a lovely pop of color for contrast. Gently fold that into the salad. You can save a little bit for garnish too. Step 4. Chill and serve. Our potato salad with carrots and pineapple is almost ready to enjoy. Once everything is beautifully mixed, cover your mixing bowl and place it in the refrigerator. This salad is definitely best served chilled, so let it refrigerate for at least 1 hour before you plan to serve it. This chilling time allows all those amazing flavors to meld and deepen. And there you have it. A simple, special, and incredibly delicious potato salad with carrots and pineapple. It's wonderfully creamy, with the perfect balance of sweet from the pineapple and savory from the other ingredients. The texture of the perfectly cooked potatoes and carrots is just right, and that chill really makes a difference. This is a fantastic side dish for roasted meats, baked chicken, or really, any meal. Give it a try, you won't regret it. If you loved this recipe and want to see more, make sure to subscribe to the Pan Laisin Pinoy YouTube channel. Just click that subscribe button below this video, and you'll be notified of all our new uploads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome back, friends. Today, we're diving into an absolute classic, the beloved potato salad. This dish might seem simple, but it's surprisingly easy to mess up. Don't worry, though, stick with me, and I'll show you how to make a potato salad so delicious, it won't last long on any table. I'm Amelia Clark, and I'm thrilled to share this wonderful recipe with you. For us, potato salad is pure nostalgia. We literally want what our grandmothers made growing up, so don't get cute with extra ingredients. Here's what you'll need for that authentic taste. Potatoes, 5 pounds, about 2.2 kilograms. Yukon Gold potatoes, their thin skin means no peeling required. Chicken bouillon, 2 to 3 cubes, or veggie bouillon for vegetarians. Celery, 2 to 3 stalks, finely chopped. Hard-boiled eggs, 5 to 6 large eggs. Sweet onion, 1 small, grated. Mayonnaise, 1/2 cup. Miracle Whip, 1/2 cup, yes, both. Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons coarse stone ground, recommended for that bougie touch. Hot sauce, 1 to 2 teaspoons like Frank's Rep Hot. Garlic powder, 1 teaspoon. Dill relish, 1/2 cup. Sweet relish, 1/2 cup. For garnish, freshly cracked black pepper, paprika, celery seed, fresh chives, or green onion. Step 1. Seasoning and cooking your potatoes. First up, our potatoes. I use Yukon Gold potatoes because they have a super thin skin, and honestly, who has time for peeling? Nobody. Start with cold water in a large pot, then add your potatoes. It's very important to season your potatoes before the potato salad is done. I use chicken bouillon, about 2 to 3 cubes, because it gives the potatoes such a robust, deep flavor. If you're vegetarian, a veggie bouillon cube works just as well. Stir it up. Bring this to a boil, then let it go for about 15 minutes, or until the potatoes are tender. You want them tender, but not falling apart. Once they're done, strain them well and set them aside. We'll be right back to chop them. Step 2. Chopping the stars of the show. Alright, potatoes are cooked and ready for chopping. When you're chopping these, you want to make sure the pieces are not too big, and definitely not too small. People don't like to eat a full potato in one bite, but you also don't want it to become mashed potato salad when you're mixing. The perfect size is kind of like a pineapple tidbit. As you're cutting, some peels might come off. Don't trip. It's all gonna get mixed up anyway. Once chopped, transfer all your potatoes to a very large mixing bowl. Step 3. Preparing the traditional fixings. Now, let's get our traditional mix-ins ready. This is where we keep it classic. For the celery, you want to cut it into very small pieces. Nobody likes a chunky potato salad with big strings of celery. It gives a nice little crunch, not too much, and the flavor just goes perfectly. Remember, celery is pretty much one of the only vegetables you want in here. Don't start putting carrots, no raisins, no capers, no olives. Our grandparents weren't eating those in their potato salad. Add your finely chopped celery to the bowl with the potatoes. Next, our hard-boiled eggs. Eggs are the only protein you want to add to your potato salad. Don't get cute and add smoked salmon, or even bacon for that matter, since a lot of us don't eat pork. Just give the eggs a quick, rough chop. Nothing too precise. Just make sure they're small enough to distribute evenly so everyone gets some egg in their bite. Add them to the bowl. And finally, onions. Some people like red, some like brown, but for this recipe, you want a sweet onion. It's milder, and you don't want your breath smelling like onion if you're trying to holler at someone at the cookout. The trick here is to grate the onion. This way, you get all the flavor without any chunky pieces. Cut your onion in half. We'll only use half, and carefully grate it right over your potatoes. You're almost juicing the onion into the bowl. Be careful with those knuckles. Step 4. Crafting the legendary mayo mixture. Now, we're ready for one of the most important parts, the mayo mixture. Some people like mayo, some don't. For this recipe, I use half Miracle Whip and half regular mayonnaise. It's just how I developed the recipe, and it gives it that perfect balance. In a separate bowl, this is key, so you don't overwork your potatoes. Add your half cup of Miracle Whip and half cup of mayo. Then, stir in 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I like coarse stone ground because I'm a little bougie now. You know I made it. And for a little kick, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of hot sauce, like Frank's. Don't be scared. It's 5 pounds of potatoes, so it won't be too much heat. Finally, if you grew up in a black household, you know everything gets it. A good teaspoon of garlic powder. Give this mixture a good stir until it's smooth and well combined. This is your flavor powerhouse. Step 5. The grand assembly and garnish. Alright, it's time to bring everything together. To your large bowl with the potatoes, celery, eggs, and grated onion, add half a cup of dill relish and half a cup of sweet relish. The dill gives a savory note, and the sweet balances it out beautifully. Now, pour your prepared mayo mixture over all the ingredients. Gently mix everything up. Remember, be careful not to mash the potatoes. Just give it a light, folding mix until everything is coated. This is looking pretty good, and I promise you, this ain't gonna last very long. Once it's all mixed, transfer your potato salad to a nicer serving bowl. At the cookout, presentation is everything. Now, for the garnish, sprinkle a little freshly cracked pepper on top. You absolutely need paprika. If you think you put a little too much, just put a little bit more. What is potato salad without that beautiful paprika on top? You need that. A little bit of celery seed adds a nice touch. And finally, some fresh chives or green onion. Keep it simple. No fancy tarragon or dill. We get dill from the relish, and nobody likes licorice in their potato salad. I like my potato salad cold, just like every other black person. So, put this in the refrigerator for a little bit to chill down, and then it's ready to impress. And there you have it, potato salad worthy of the cookout. It's approved by our family, and it doesn't bring dishonor to our ancestors. Tell me in the comments what dish you want to bring to the cookout, and maybe I'll tell you how to make it. Always remember, no raisins. I'm Amelia Clark. Peace.